Okay, welcome to Platformer Tutorial Series 1. This is part 1. We're just going to get some basics out here. Let's create a new file. I already created a directory for where I'm going to put it. So I can name it main.py, but I'll just name it whatever I want my game to be named whenever we publish it to Windows. So I will name my game coolgame.py. It's just a name, right? So first we need to start out with importing pygame. A module that we'll need a little later will be sys. I'll just include that for now, right? We'll obviously need a lot of modules during this game. Every module is very helpful. First, let's initialize pygame using pygame.init. This requires an init because it's just there. Now let's create a window for this. Now you have to call the pygame object called pygame.display.set_mode. Now you can set your display width and height using this method. I'll make it full screen, so I just put 0, 0 in here, and then put a flag here called pygame.fullscreen. But if you wanted to make it 500, like if you wanted to make it 500 by 500, you would remove this pygame.fullscreen and put in 500, 500, like that. But I'm just gonna do it full screen. Okay, so now let's just get started with the main event loop. Whatever we need to add, we will add soon. Okay, so this is a while true loop. This is infinite. We cannot stop this loop unless we do a keyboard interrupt or we have a break in this program. So to start off, we need to make sure the program actually closes when we call a close signal. So we'll name it for event in pygame.event.get, and then we're going to do if event.type is equal to pygame.quit. Now, if we're trying to get pygame.quit, what should we do? We're going to exit the system program. Yep. And then we're good to go for a nice test. We have a black screen since we didn't change anything on the screen. And yeah, let's close the program using Alt F4. And yay, the program closed. It didn't stay there. If you hadn't put that, then it would never know what to do while it was being called for exiting. Now, let's say we want to make this window white. So I can run window.fill, and then inside here you want to put a tuple, right, for your RGB color. I want to do it 255, 255, 255, which is white, by the way. After window.fill, I do want to put pygame.display.update. Now this will update everything that we changed during this event loop. Since we changed the color of the window here, it'll update that. Yay, right? Now obviously, we're gonna take a quick run and look at that. It's white. Yeah, and now let's create a player onto the screen. Why don't we start with that then? We're going to track everything, I like to make classes, right, for the player X, Y, with height. I like to do that. So I'm just going to create a class, and we're going to name it Tracker. I'll just name it Tracker because later on into this game, we're not just going to do it for the player. We're going to do it for many players in the platformer. So yeah, we're gonna do self, then we're gonna do X, then we're gonna ask for X, but we'll make every parameter optional using none, right? Y is equal to none. W is equal to none. H is equal to none. Now this will obviously, again, as I said, we'll make sure that these parameters are optional if we put none. We don't want to force us to put that there, right? So then we're gonna put self.x is equal to x. Now this will save it in a bound method. If we're using a bound method, this will save it. Self.y is equal to y. Self.w is equal to w. Oh, sorry there. self.h is equal to h. Now, we'll just create a bound method of this class right here. And the bound method shall be player. Right? We're just gonna name it player and is equal to a bound method tracker. Now we need to provide x, y, width, and height. Obviously all these parameters are optional, but obviously we need to track everything here. So I'll just put the default position as 100, 100 for x and y. And for width and height, I'll put in 30 and 30. Okay, shall we do that? Now, to actually put the player on the screen, we need to run pygame.draw.rect, and then we're gonna put in window, and then we're gonna put in 200, 10, and 10. This will make it red. And then we're gonna put in player.x, player.y, player.w, player.h. Okay, now this will actually put it in the x and y values, width and height, right? Now if we see it, since it's updating, we will see it right there. Look at that. Right, at 100 and 100 position. My monitor is big, so it looks like that. Anyway, now let's say we want to move it by arrow keys. Okay, if we want to move it by arrow keys, we can do the following things. We can do keys, right? We can get the keys. Pygame.key.get_pressed. This will get all the keys that are pressed right now. Now, if keys, this will look, if it's inside the dictionary, as true. Pygame.k_up. Now it's going to look for the key up in here. And if it's true inside the dictionary, then we just do whatever's inside there. Now for us, we're going to do player.y, right? We're going to update the y position. And for this, we're going to do minus equals, because the origin, the origin is 0, 0, and it's at the default graph. Player.y minus equals whatever we want. We can do 4, let's say, right? But just to keep track of that too, we're also going to put speed. We're going to put a speed variable. We'll call it 4, right? So we can easily change it. Right, speed. Now, if obviously, now we're going to do down. And you guessed it, it's k_down. Player.y plus equals speed. If keys pygame.k_left, then we're gonna do player.x. Right now we're changing the x value. We're gonna do minus equals speed, because again we're going left. If keys is pygame.k_right, player.x plus equals speed. Now that'll actually change our positions, shall we see? Let's look. Okay, so if I press right here, now it's going to move the player right. Now if we go down here, it's going to move down. But why is it going so fast, okay? As you see, we have speed of 4. It should only move 4 pixels every time it's called. So obviously this is an event loop, and this is going as fast as your computer can handle. And we don't want that, right? We want to set it to a specific amount for every single person. So clock is equal to pygame.time.clock. Now this will manage the FPS. We're going to put in clock.tick 60. Now this will make the game go at only 60 FPS. Maybe like 59.995 and then 61, but that's it. Okay? Clock.tick 60. Right, we don't want it to go too fast. And this should slow it down. As we run here, it has slowed it down. Nice. I'm actually going to lower down the width and height, and look how it's easily accessible to lower it down. I don't have to go in here and then slow it down. What else? Let's say we wanted to do WASD, right? Because some players don't like arrow keys and some players don't like WASD. So we're gonna give them options by making both available. So we're gonna do or if up is pressed, or if if keys pygame dot k underscore w, right? And that's obviously W is for up and W is here. If W is pressed, then it'll also work like that. Now we're gonna add that here too. And you guessed it, it's for this one too. It's S. Or keys pygame.k underscore A, or keys pygame.k underscore D. Now this will obviously add WASD support for the game. Now, let's try it out. WASD also works, and up, down, left, and right also work. And that's the main event loop. Obviously we need something called gravity, and then we need obstacles. But we'll do that in our next video. Thank you for watching.